neighbors. This is Jane West from Homemaker's Corner. Well, you know, neighbors, this wonderful Monday morning, I have a program for you that I think is, well, it's one of the most amazing things I've ever heard about, and I'm pretty sure you're all going to share my enthusiasm. You know, I believe very firmly that young folks should be definitely encouraged to do worthwhile things, not in the spirit of play, but in the serious spirit of learning something. And by chance, I learned about two young boys here in Santa Barbara who are doing a perfectly amazing job. One of them's 11 and the other one's 8. Now, when you think of some of the children that don't seem to have too much to do except get out and play mud pies, you realize that these boys are very remarkable. So I am very proud to present to you Roy and Alan Brackett. Now, Roy, how old are you?
11.
And how about you, Alan?
8.
And how long have you been doing this particular work of yours? You want to answer that one, Roy?
For about 3 years.
Alan, 3 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8, when you were 5?
Yes.
Oh, now you got to say yes louder than that. You know what a microphone is. These boys own and operate a radio station. Not only that, they also own and operate a newspaper. Now, if you don't believe it, you're going to hear something very remarkable. Among the shows that you do broadcast, what would you say would be probably one of the favorite shows?
Well, I think the Alan Brackett show.
Oh, Alan Brackett is the star of this, is he? Would you by any chance be able to give us sort of a sample of the Alan Brackett show?
Well, yes.
Okay, go ahead. Make your own announcement now and make it good and big.
BBC, the Brackett Broadcasting Company.
And this is KBRA, the BBC's first station.
Skating, skating, around and round we go, over the frosty ice and through the flaky snow. Skating, skating, boys and girls so gay, like to skate together on a winter day.
Brackett's at 2012 Delavina Street present the Alan Brackett Show, direct from the Brackett Auditorium in Santa Barbara. And here he is, a singing star of KBRA, Alan Brackett.
Hi folks, well, spring is here, almost here, and all the little birds will be trying for the first time to fly. Little bird, tell me where you fly, down the coast where the palms go high. Little bird, tell me what you see, mockingbirds in the sweet soft tree. I'm going to, what will you do? Sing and sing the whole day through.
Have you visited Brackett's new location? If you have, you will agree with what I have to say. If you have not yet visited Brackett's store located at 2012 Delavina Street in Santa Barbara, you have a pleasant surprise. Brackett's new location boasts a fingertip arrangement of merchandise. In this compact store, you will find the best in stationery, greeting cards, gift items for both children and adults. Also, office supplies such as tablets, pencils, staplers, adding machine tape, and such. For your sewing needs, Brackett's can supply you with thread, needles, and other notions, including seam tape. Frank Brackett personally repairs all makes of radios and household appliances. Be sure to visit Brackett's modernized repair department when you visit Brackett's at 2012 Delavina Street in Santa Barbara, California. And now we return you to the Brackett Auditorium and Alan Brackett.
Well, I've started my new show for the first time up of BBC Network for the first time. I hope you enjoyed the new program. Summer is after spring, and all the kids will be doing this. Seesaw, seesaw, now we're up or down. Seesaw, seesaw, now we're off to Boston town. Seesaw, seesaw, boys and girls go out to play. to patriotic song, America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of green, for purple mountains' majesties, above the flooded plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
And now, a record of America the Beautiful.
I don't suppose there's any place but in America that you'd find boys like that. We're not through with them yet either, but I just want to point out to you that every boy and every girl has the same potentiality. Of course, an awful lot depends upon the parents, and I think that Mr. and Mrs. Frank Brackett are definitely to be pounded on the back enthusiastically for bringing this talent out in their boys. Do you have any commercial like for yourself? I know we just got in a good one for your father, and I think he deserves it for having sent you boys down here, but how about you giving out with the best commercial you can? Best style.
I have one about Roy Brackett lawn mowing.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Tell us how you lawn mow.
Does your lawn need mowing? If it does, just phone 29432 for a complete lawn manicure, shall I say. Roy Brackett lawn mowing will do it for you and do it well. Price is depending on the size of the lawn. Roy Brackett bought a new Clemson lawnmower last June and is doing very well with his small business. So help Roy out by having him do your lawn regularly. And here's another thing. Roy mows your lawn for very little cost. He can edge your lawn too. In fact, Roy can almost do anything around the yard. By the time that Roy's through with your lawn, it will be the best in the block. That's Roy Brackett Lawn Mowing at 410 West Pueblo Street in Santa Barbara.
And what was that phone number again, Mr. Brackett?
29432.
29432. Now, if you need a lawn mowed, and you should be this spring, you better call 29432 because, you know, the cash that comes from those lawn mowings goes into this big project. Do you have your financial statement there, Roy? I think that's the most amazing thing. Well, let's turn over to the financial statement because these boys have earned all of their equipment for their broadcasting station. What was that about the inventory you were telling me before we went on the air?
Well, it's worth about $128.45.
About? That sounds pretty exact to me. Did you, now is that your microphones and loudspeakers and things like that?
Well, we don't really use microphones. We use PM speakers.
Oh, yes.
And they work just about the same as mics.
Mm-hmm. And you had to buy all those, of course.
Yes.
And what about your typewriter? Is it in the inventory?
No, that's my dad's.
Dad offered something. Incidentally, you do type, don't you?
Yes.
You type all these logs and the newspaper.
Yes.
That's amazing. This newspaper, I have one right here. They say they don't want any more subscribers. I wish they did because I bet you we can get them. Comes out once a month. Roy Brackett, president. Alan Brackett, manager. Tommy Rowland or Roland?
Roland.
Tommy Rowland, manager of KTCR, and Johnny Rowland, employee of KTCR. Those are the BBC staff.
And then we've added another member, George Downing.
Oh, George Downing.
He owns KRGD.
Oh, that's another one of these broadcasting stations. Did you have something that you wanted to say to us, Emerson?
Why, the first time I met Roy and Alan, we were at the Marmonte Hotel, and the Zonta Club here in town was entertaining the Altrusa Club in their annual get-together. And I looked over this inventory for 1951, and I saw the sound effects inventory here, and they have a baseball broadcast, but no baseball theme record here, so I'm going to present with the compliments of KTMS. Let's see. Take me out to the ball game in a slow tempo and a fast tempo, depending on how you feel about the whole thing. And then here is some telegraph sounders and a teletype machine for your news broadcast. They're used, but they'll be perfectly all right for the BBC.
Well, thanks a lot.
You bet.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Kimball.
That's wonderful, Emerson. I thank you, too. Well, you know, now that he's brought up the subject of the ball game, and of course we could do it so much better if you had your new sound effects, but suppose, who's your baseball star, by the way? Broadcasting star?
Well, Alan Brackett's our regular KBRA sports
announcer. Well, could he do just a sort of swift rundown on an inning here?
All right.
Okay,
Go ahead, Alan.
Well, it's the top of the first inning in Santa Barbara. Well, first batter will be Joe Chapman, and he's a right-hander. He's left field. First pitch, it's outside for ball one. Next pitch, curveball over the inside corner for strike one. Next pitch, and it's a long drive. There's the center fielder Lee Cast running for it. He jumps, but he misses it. It's over the fence for a home run. There he is, running around second, heading for third, and the guys are up there ready to shake hands, and then he comes around third, heading for home, and he gets a big handshake from all his men, and the score 1-0 Dodgers.
Oh, that is fine. I know who's going to be the first baseball announcer around here in not too many years. And you know, before I forget it, I want to tell you also that the chief engineer here at KTMS heard about you boys, and he couldn't be here today, but he did want me to tell you that this coming Friday, anytime after 6 o'clock, he's going to be out at the transmitter. That's our big transmitter out in Goleta. And he will welcome you both to come out there and look over all of the gadgets that they have and all of the technical equipment. And he'll also tell you about about what you might be studying if you really want to go into this seriously. And of course, your mother and your father can come right on out with you. And he'll enjoy talking to you, and I kind of think you'll enjoy talking to him.
Well, thanks a lot.
Is that what you want to do, Roy? Do you want to be an engineer?
Yes.
And what about you, Alan? You want to be a sports announcer?
Yes, I'm a baseball player. I don't know.
Well, you can sing very well. I don't quite know which you might be doing.
I've got hobbies. I don't know which one.
All sorts of hobbies. Do you have any other hobbies, Roy?
Well, I collect stamps and I enjoy trains.
You mean the trains that run around a track and come together and so forth?
My brother-in-law works down in the Los Angeles Southern Pacific Yards, and he tells me about the different trains and about the tracks and things, and takes me down to Santa Barbara Yards sometimes.
Oh, that must be fun. Do you collect pictures of them or anything like that?
Well, yes, some of them.
I don't know how you have time to do anything with all of these hobbies. I think it's perfectly wonderful. You know, we have a little time to get back to this newspaper, and I'd like to talk about it a minute because it's very remarkable. Beautifully typed. Did you say you typed the touch system?
Yes.
You too, Alan?
Yes.
I can't get over it. I really can't get over it. I wish I had Mrs. Brackett up here. I mean, I wish I could drag her up here to tell how all this started, but I know she won't do it, so we'll just take it for granted that it did start. Anyway, this is a very beautifully typed one sheet with a back on it. Now, on the back is the program log for the week. Right, for the month, of course, but it's every day in the week. And on the front, all of the biggest news. For instance, it tells here about KTCR to start broadcasting. Now, this happened, of course, back in March, but this is one of your friends. Is that right? Tommy Rowland is one of your friends?
Yes.
And I think Roy's handing me the current issue. After all, we should be up on this. Oh, KRGD is a new station. That's George Downing's station.
Yes.
Has a shortwave radio, but has no transmitter. Like other stations, he's having trouble in getting one. I can see that he would. He lives at 201 East Pueblo. Now, all these stations are members of the BBC, that's right.
Yes.
And how do they have to be members of it?
Well,
what do they have to do?
Well, they should have a radio and a phonograph, and they should have a transmitter, but most of them don't.
Yeah, and they also should know how to operate correctly with
Yes.
timing and commercials and one thing and another, so
Yes.
that it's good operation. Then they say that KTCR is thinking about radio logs, and KBRA installs their new sound box. And it also says they don't want any more newspaper subscriptions, and I think that's a shame, because this is a very interesting newspaper. It
I
tells
have
about...
all I can type.
Uh-oh, I see what you mean. But here is, tells about how Brackett Field was practically rained out in a rainstorm, and then how they, my goodness sakes, they're going to give good service to the people, and KRGD hopes to get a transmitter, and Roy Brackett hopes to fix his automatic radio station up, and Tommy Rowland's going to get some switches. That is wonderful. I have a list of subscribers, but Roy said that maybe the subscribers wouldn't want their names read, but I wish we could, because there's a very fine list of subscribers here. So we won't do it anyway. We don't want to get subscriptions for the newspaper. What do you do? Do you have a broadcast on Sunday, Roy?
Well, no, on Saturday and Sunday we just kind of rest and clean up the place.
Yeah, I should think you would. What's involved in cleaning up the place is...
Well, we put away the records and, well, Alan here, he's the manager. He kind of does most of it and puts away the records and the wires.
Cleans everything up so that over
Yes.
the weekend everything will be shipshape. Well, do you have, is Brackett Hall more or less, would it be your living room if it weren't the hall? There's whispering going on. Now, why don't you say it out loud? We don't have to whisper. What do you want to say, Alan?
Answering your question.
Okay. Answer a question. That would be the living room if it weren't your broadcasting station.
Yes.
And what about Brackett Field? Where's that located?
Out in our backyard.
Is it a big, good field?
Yes, it's square and it has a sidewalk for football and basketball and stuff. It's,
And
straightforward.
the games you broadcast from there are actual games. Recreations?
We have recreation.
I thought maybe you might because of the very clever way that you gave that one. Now, on the music, do you have any particular type of music that you like best, Alan?
Well, jazzy. I'm kind of jazzy.
Kind of jazzy. What about you, Roy? What's your liking in music?
Well, Alan and I both like the Blacksmith Blues.
Oh, the Blacksmith Blues. You don't like Guy Lombardo or anything soft like that?
Sure, we have those records and we play them.
Are those records included in your inventory, incidentally?
Yes,
They are? And
about $41 worth of records.
$41 worth of records. I think that is utterly amazing.
They were given to us, most of them were, and we play them
You play 'em more
for
or
our
less
Railroad Roundup show.
on schedule. You play certain records when you're going to have a record show.
Yes.
Who's the disc jockey?
I am.
Well, it looks like it's time to get off the air for today, and I'm just awfully sorry because I'd like to have both of you boys on for much longer, but I do thank you very, very much for being here, and will you come again sometime?
Yes. Thanks
you.
a lot.
Okay, thank you, boys. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Until then, this is Jane West from Homemaker's Corner saying have a good day.